What is up everyone, I am DeviantCringe, and ladies and gentlemen, today I got another art review for you guys and gals. Oh yes everyone, so just like usual I got three really awesome artists lined up for you guys and gals, so yeah, sit back, relax and enjoy, and without further ado let us get on with it, with our very first artist for this episode called Sintali Arts. That's a bit of a hard to pronounce name. Coffee is my kryptonite, a traditional art hobbyist. Sin, a female from the United States, and she's been on DA for 6 months. And the first picture I'm going to be taking a look at from her is this one right here called Pink Roses. And first off, I gotta say, I really do like the style of this picture, you know. It's got a nice calm aesthetic and all that, and of course everyone loves classic, you know, pencil and paper drawings and all that. And of course, as you can see, the picture looks really nice with this one. You know, the line work is nice. I definitely do love the you know, facial structure and all that. The nose and lips and chin, jawline, you know, they look really well done and all that. The hair is pretty nice and detailed, but there are a couple of things that I like to mention. The first one is the eyes. Now, the eyes actually do look quite nice, but it kind of sort of makes it seem like this one is closer to the nose in this one, and it kind of is making it seem like it's a little bit off center, you know, like maybe it's a perspective sort of thing, but it kind of seems like that to me. And the second thing is the anatomy of the neck and the torso. Now the neck kind of seems a little bit too long for me. You could maybe like shorten it out to about here, and it kind of sort of looks like the character's like really twisting her head, you know, like her neck is being broken and all that. Basically, my advice is try to look up, you know, specific poses like this and all that, and use that as a side reference. And of course, you should stand in front of a mirror and you know, do this type of pose and see how your body looks like, and try to incorporate that into your art style and all that. I really do like the nice detail work on the flowers. As you can see, you know, there's a lot of effort put into this. Really cool, you know, different shades and all that. Everything is like a shade of pink, which is really awesome. You know, it really does show how working with a single color is actually a huge plus and all that. So yeah, that's basically my advice. You know, look for some specific poses to use as a side reference and all that, and of course stand in front of a mirror and examine how your body looks in this specific pose. Pink Roses, a friendship work in progress. I'm pretty happy with how she turned out. I think she looks pretty good. Please leave a critique, comment, or art tip if you want. Well, yeah, she does look pretty good, you know, really nice and detailed and all that. You know, just a few little tidbits to iron out and it'll be golden. And the next picture we're going to be taking a look at from her is this one called Gum Redraw, and it actually does look pretty nice. As you can see, I really do like the style that this artist is going for, like the very thin, you know, thin outline style. That looks pretty cool to me, I gotta say. Plus, I really do love the coloring in this picture. As you can see on the hair, a really beautiful fade and all that. And of course, I do like the soft, you know, the soft pinkish color to, you know, put a little bit of blush on the on certain spots of the body. It's really beautiful. Same with the shadows over here, very nice, well, you know, well placed and all that, I gotta say. The anatomy itself, in this specific type of picture, you know, it's very stylistic and all that, so I would have to say that the anatomy does look really nice for this specific style, but I do gotta say that it kind of seems like the shoulder line is going a little bit too far into the neck. And of course, I really do like the details on the eyes, very nice and subtle, good coloring and all that, so a thumbs up. Plus, you know, all of the little candies in the background, they're really nicely drawn, I gotta say. And of course, the coloring is really nice and warm. Bubblegum Redraw. This is a redraw of an old drawing that I made to revamp my current style. I added extra details to fit the whole aesthetic I was going for. Please leave a critique, comment, or tip if you want. Well, the aesthetic is pretty cool, and the stylistic choices are really nice. And the second artist we're going to take a look at today is Elite. I don't know if that's how you actually pronounce the name, but yeah, that's her. A variant hobbyist, VX3, female from Lithuania. She's been on DA for 3 whole years, and the first picture we're gonna take a look at from her is Wolf Link Boy, Twilight Princess fan art, and as you can obviously see, it looks really good. And I really don't know what I can say to improve upon this picture. It all really looks really good. As you can see, the shading is really well done, nice natural lighting and all that. Good coloring, very nice warm tones. The detail work really nice, as you can see on the eyes, very small details. I guess you could work a little bit on your finger anatomy. Like the fingers kind of look a little bit wobbly, like the pinky finger especially kind of looks like it's been smashed in a little. But yeah, besides that, there really isn't all that much you have to do with this. It all looks super good. You know, you're definitely on the right track. You're doing a lot of awesome stuff. Thumbs up, keep doing it, and yeah. Wolfling Boy / Twilight Princess fan art. Glad I have something to post. And my favorite link right after Breath of the Wild. Yes, the Twilight Princess link was definitely really awesome. And the second picture we're going to take a laugh at from her is this one right here called Leanne in her natural habitat. And just like with the previous one, it all really looks super good. As you can see, a lot of details, you know, it's very beautiful. You know, the nice natural lighting, the coloring, of course, the small details on the flowers, very nice and aesthetic, I gotta say, very calm and mellow. But the neck does definitely seem way too long. Either that or the head is like a little bit too small. I'm gonna go with the, you know, the neck being a little bit too long and maybe a bit too wide. It just seems that way, so maybe you could shorten it and thin it out a little bit. The face, to me, like this curvature on the face kind of makes it look like she's a little bit too skinny on the facial parts, so yeah, maybe you could just fill that in a little bit, you know. I definitely love the coloring in this picture. It's very warm and vibrant, which is super awesome. It gives off a very nice, warm and mellow type of vibe, which is very much welcomed. Of course, I also do love the small touches over here on the face, as you can see, with a little bit of blush right here. Really nice attention to detail. Again, big thumbs up to this one. Leanne in her natural habitat. This took me a few days, my wrist hurts, but the flowers turned out pretty, it's all good. It just shows, you know, how much effort and care you put into this. It's really awesome. You know, the fact that it, you know, you spent a few days making this really does show your dedication and drive to, you know, be a better artist and create a really wonderful pieces. So that's definitely something to be celebrated and all that. And the third and final artist we're taking a look at this episode is Mieti Halia. Again, another one of these hard to pronounce names. Sorry if I'm butchering it. A world full of wonders, a digital art hobbyist. Miet Halia. 23, female from France, and she's been a DA for 8 years. Ooh, that's a long while. And the first picture we're going to take a look at from her is The Calm Before the Storm, an OC drawing. Again, a very nice, you know, highly stylized picture. It's really unique and cool, I gotta say. I really do love these soft, you know, cold colors on this one. It gives off a very nice, you know, lo-fi type of vibe. And as you can see, the OC itself is very creative. I really don't know what it's supposed to be, but it just adds to the charm, you know, the whole fantasy setting. And of course, I really do love the, you know, the crystals on the ground. It's very beautiful, you know. Basically, what I'm seeing with this, you know, this whole crystal setting and all that, you could pretty much make an album or like a series of drawings where you like build this whole crystal world with OCs that look like this and all that. I think it will make for a pretty cool venture and all that, because this definitely does have a good amount of potential. And of course, in addition to the awesome detail work, we have some really beautiful coloring, as you can see. Very vibrant, very imaginative and all that. I really do love the colors of the skyline, you know, the night is coming and all that stuff. A very beautiful sunset picture. And the clothing of the character is also pretty nice and good looking, as you can see. Nice natural shadows over here. The Calm Before the Storm, OC. So here's a drawing of my OC Cherubin. I love him a lot, and I wanted to draw him again since it's been a while. I draw his other friends too while I'm at it, other OCs. Cherubin is a young man with a bird-like form. He is very sincere and happy-go-lucky, and he's always trying to make people around him smile. He's a huge fan of everything that's pink and loves magical girls shows the most. Cherubin escaped the real world with his best friend Arion into a fairy tale world to live a better life away from his toxic family, and has never come back home ever since. Well, that's actually a pretty cool description, I gotta say. You know, it's always awesome to, you know, make pictures with a, you know, a certain amount of meaning to them, you know, like a fantasy of escapism, you know, going to a much purer world and all that. And the second picture we're gonna take a look at from her is this one right here, which, as you can see in the description of the previous picture, it is tied to, you know, tied to this one. Like this character is a friend of the previous one. So yeah, it looks like there is a, you know, some world building going on, which is pretty awesome, I gotta say. She actually did send me, you know, all 3 of these pictures, but you know, I'm sticking to my usual rule of like 2 pictures per person, so I chose these 2. This is also very beautiful. The attention to detail, like, oh my god, look at this right here, look at this, and of course over here, the attention to detail is really good in this one. I cannot, you know, emphasize that enough. You're doing super well with that. And of course, in addition to the characters, you're also paying a lot of attention to the background itself. You know, it really does give the picture a lot of atmosphere and all that. Not just with the leaves and the grass, but also the you know, small, you know, nuances on the trees. Very beautifully, we have these fireflies flying and all that. It seems like she's a bit of a witch type character. The lighting and shadows look very, very nice and natural, and of course the coloring again is really, really superb. A forest full of wonder. OC. Here's another illustration of one of my main OC, Nyx. Here's one of her friends to go along with her. Character description: Nyx is a young woman with a moth-like appearance and a Victorian witch aesthetic. She is a very smart, passionate young woman who loves magic and technology and combines the two for fun. Her own city is even the precursor for fusion between the two rather opposite subjects. Nyx has a strong admiration for the queen of the world she lives in and wishes to become one of her counselors one day. Well, that is definitely really awesome, and what would also be cool is a drawing with all three of these characters like meeting and hanging around the campfire. That would also make for a really cool piece, especially with your nice and unique style, I gotta say. Well, everyone, that about wraps it up for this episode, and we definitely finished it off with a really awesome and unique style, you know, a really nice coloring, good detail work and all that, beautiful setting. So yeah, I hope you all enjoyed watching this episode, and of course, best of luck to all of the artists that were featured in this one. Anyway, everyone, thank you all so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe, press the bell icon, and if you wish to support me for my page, link is in the description below, and as always, I'm DeviantCringe, and I'll be seeing you guys and gals in the next video.